North Central All Progressive Congress has condemned the endorsement of the embattled national chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje, by the chairman of the North Central Governors Forum and Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Sule. It also said the courtesy visit to Sule, Sule paid to the party secretariat in Abuja on Friday to pledge his support for Ganduje was for selfish and personal interest and not in the interest of the North Central region, the APC or President Bola Tinubu's administration. Chairman of the forum, Saleh Zazaga, stated this to journalists in Jos, the Plateau State capital, on Saturday. He said such endorsements by Governor Sule, which is coming when the party stakeholders from the region are pushing for the return of the national chairmanship position to the North Central, is not only insensitive and mischievous, but also an act of betrayal of the entire region. Zazaga, who was also a member of the Presidential Campaign Council in the last election, pointed out that Governor Sule knows well that the national chairmanship position, according to the party arrangement and zoning, ought to be for the North Central after the resignation of Abdullahi Adamu, who is not only from the North Central region, but also from Governor Sule's own state of Nasarawa. He called on all the North Central governors to disassociate themselves from Governor Sule's endorsement of Ganduje immediately, alleging that whatever he is doing is for his selfish interest and not in the interest of the North Central region. What do you have to say to this?
Shoma, I recall that we have, I think, spoken on this topic before. When if a party chairman, I'm trying to remember whether it's from Nasarawa State or from Kogi State, also made the endorsement of the appointment of Ganduje as the APC national chairman. Yes, if you look at that, in that my discussion, I was clear that it was more of a selfish decision, not of the North Central interest. And that political parties, persons who find themselves in political activities, once they use the ladder, being the political party, to arrive at a particular ambition at the material time they find themselves, they tend to forget that others are also members of that political party. What the governor of Nasarawa State Governor has done so far is a clear betrayal of the trust imposed on him by members of the Nasarawa State and collectively the North Central as a whole. The write-up was very clear and apt. Yes, when Adamu resigned due to the influence of Mr. President, the position ordinarily is zoned to the North Central. And if for any reason Adamu is to be replaced, it should come from one of the North Central zone. If
so they can finish their tenure.
They can finish their tenure. If you look at the sharing of the political position and even in the government, North Central somehow was a little bit maybe compensated for bringing in the Secretary to the Federal Government of the Federation, who is from Benue State. Now, that position having been zoned to North Central, it is equitable. It is also in clear conscience. It will be justice for the party to look inward again to say, now that you have acted in the capacity that you have so far acted, it is time for us to conduct congresses to fill the vacancies that are so far existing. Let's take the position back to the owners of the position at the interim. And that is the North Central. For a governor, chairman of APC North Central Governors Forum, coming out to endorse, it does appear, it's giving the impression that the entire North Central has endorsed Ganduje for that position in this said next meeting that will be coming up, where this his appointment will either be ratified and stands to be the substantive chairman acting for the remaining number of years that Adamu ought to have acted. So it is betrayal, it is self-centered, it was not thought for the entire good of the North Central people. And Sule, what is that his full name? He should retract that statement and rather serve his people if we are to be acting fine. I believe his own state chairman will also endorse that decision because he has spoken. And so all the party escorts from that state will be seen to toe in his own part. But they are pursuing a selfish agenda and they should rather be thinking for the people more than for their own personal self. What is a governor? He's now a governor. Okay, first
probably he has plans for second tenure.
And so must you dance to the wings and caprices of one single man, always against that of your own people? Is our ambition for our selfish end alone? Is it not for the entire people? Why do we call ourselves servants if we really want to serve?
You're speaking ideally.
That is the ideal message. And that is the ideal message we want to pass it across to the governor. We want to pass the ideal message across. Programs like this.
Do politicians do what is ideal, or what is beneficial?
Some do what is ideal. Good Lord did what was in the circumstance ideal, not what was in the circumstance personal. He had all the powers to call off that election, and heavens wouldn't have fallen.
How many politicians in Nigeria?
I just mentioned one.
Okay, just one out of how many?
We have others. Myself.
Okay, yourself. Interesting, Jamala. Damsi, what do you have to say to that?
Yes, that decision by Abdullahi Sule is a very wrong one, because one, that decision have portrayed the North Central to be weak. Okay, the North Central APC, haven't made that decision. You know, it will portray other states which make up the North Central, their party chairmen and members in the various states to be weak, and it is a betrayal of trust, like my colleague posited. See, the problem we have with politicians in Nigeria is just simply because they have refused to play by the rules. Okay. The rules are there. The rules of engagement are there. The laws are very clear. But because of want of, favoring a particular candidate, or greed, or because they want somebody who will do their bidding at the end of the day, you see politicians breaking the rules. And to them, they believe Nigerians are weak and nothing can happen.
Aren't Nigerians weak?
Yes, of course. If I use the word weak, I wouldn't be making a mistake, because we have refused to do the right thing in this country. You know, I had the privilege of discussing with some youths yesterday in my community which cut across various political parties. And believe me, you see this lackluster attitude of, persons saying, election in Nigeria, I don't have time anymore. I will not even vote in 2027. That is to say, the system is so bad, the system have gone so bad to the extent citizens are no more interested in electionary processes. So politicians are cashing in on that loophole to do whatever they want, because they believe they will do it and nothing will happen. So Ganduje himself should toe the path of reasoning, good reasoning, by allowing peace.
By stepping down.
Of course, when the time comes for the National Convention, if it were in an organized crime, he ought to step aside and support the North Central. That will even take his reputation high, instead of holding and clinging to what doesn't be. I see it as something that doesn't belong to him. And we Christians, we believe when you hold on to something that doesn't belong to you, you are a thief. So he should give up that position and allow the North Central hold what belongs to them. That will even bring more unity in their party. This will be my to put the record straight. I did not say Ganduje is a thief. I only made an allusion to what the Bible says. We Christians, we believe, if you take something that doesn't belong to you.
Is it only Christians?
Even in the Muslim, in the Quran.
It's not only Christians.
It's a universal thing. Even the traditional system, abhors you taking what doesn't belong to you. So
technically, you didn't call Ganduje.
No. I didn't say Ganduje is a thief.
But
yes, I made insinuation. I made an allusion to a biblical position where Jesus Christ discourages us.
And then married it to Ganduje's
exactly, to Ganduje's
so what does that mean exactly?
No. This is not going
the time
to
for Ganduje to step aside is not yet
directly. What we are saying is, it will be very wrong.
From his own explanation, he said, when it is time for the national convention,
he should step
if Ganduje
aside
wants to be
support,
noble,
yes,
with the sense of time,
he should step aside and support a candidate coming from
it is
the
after that
Central
program that he can now say no, he's still holding over. Then he can bring him the election. But the rest, please, let's stop that.
You know where I was pushing
yes,
to.
please, let's
All right.
And he has set the record straight. So.